It began like any other ordinary morning, the kind where everything feels predictable and still. I was halfway through my routine when my phone vibrated. A message from Emily, having coffee with a friend. Nothing unusual on the surface. Coffee dates happen all the time. And I had always tried to trust her, or at least convince myself I could. But something in the phrasing, the nonchalant tone, struck a nerve. It stirred up the uneasiness I'd been trying to push down for weeks. The late nights. The sudden bursts of laughter at texts I never saw. The vague answers about where she'd been and with whom. All those small red flags I'd brushed off rose to the surface. I stared at her message, letting every ignored instinct settle into place. Instead of reacting emotionally, I typed slowly, deliberately. Ask him how his wife liked the photos I sent. The effect was immediate. Her reply didn't come right away. The typing indicator blinked in and out, hesitant, cautious, as if she didn't know how to shape her response. She had probably expected playfulness, curiosity, maybe a joke. But I wasn't giving her that anymore. I was positioning myself differently this time. Watching her carefully. Letting silence reveal what words couldn't. When she finally answered, her message tried to sound light, dismissive, but underneath the politeness I could feel it. The crack, the shift, the uncomfortable tremor of someone caught off guard. I didn't argue. I didn't accuse. I simply let the weight of my question linger, a quiet pressure between us. And in that silence, my suspicions found confirmation. I could feel the truth tightening around the edges of her words. The rest of the morning moved slowly, every notification from her another thread unraveling the story she'd been trying to hide. By the time her coffee date was over, I already knew what I needed to do. By late morning, the decision was made. I was done pretending not to see the patterns. Done giving the benefit of the doubt when the signs were too sharp to ignore. When Emily finally walked through the door a few hours later, she carried the same casual confidence she always had. The belief that she could come home and slip back into normalcy as though nothing had happened. But I wasn't that version of myself anymore. "Hey," she said lightly. Coffee was good. Just catching up with James. I didn't return the greeting. Instead, I held up my phone, screen glowing with the messages she'd hoped I wouldn't notice. "So," I asked calmly, "what did he say about the photos?" Her expression faltered instantly. What are you talking about?" she murmured, voice shaky. I stepped closer, not raising my voice, not showing anger, just offering quiet truth. "You know, the photos you sent last week. You asked him, didn't you? Whether his wife liked them." Her eyes widened. Panic flickered across her face. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. That small silence told me everything I had been trying not to admit. The coffee hadn't been innocent. Neither had the messages. And she knew that I knew. "You really thought I wouldn't see it?" I asked softly. "You thought I wouldn't connect the dots? The late nights, the texting, the little deceptions?" Emily's hands trembled. For the first time, she looked genuinely afraid, not of me but of the truth cornering her. I didn't yell. I let the silence speak. Let her feel the weight of what she'd done. I watched the understanding sink in. Every little lie rushed back to her. Every moment she gambled on my patience. "Emily," I said finally, my voice calm but firm, "I'm done ignoring the signs. I'm done with the half answers and the games. The line has been crossed." She tried to speak, to form an excuse or twist the story, but I didn't allow it. I placed the phone on the table, the messages glowing between us like evidence neither of us could escape. She slowly slumped onto the couch, covering her face with her hands. "I didn't think you'd notice," she whispered. I exhaled, steady. "I've been noticing everything. The little smiles, the hidden messages, the shift in your tone. You thought you could disguise it, but the truth has its way of showing itself." She looked up, her eyes red, the last of her confidence gone. "David, No," I interrupted quietly. "This isn't about rage. It's about respect, something you walked right past. This is about honesty, boundaries, and what I will allow in my life." The room settled into a heavy stillness. The city hummed softly outside, but inside, everything had stopped. For the first time in a long time, I felt clarity. Not revenge. Not chaos. Just certainty. This moment would stay with her. The silence, the exposure, the undeniable truth she could no longer outrun. And for me, it marked a shift I had needed for far too long. No more pretending. No more excuses. No more blind trust. From that day forward, I would accept nothing less than transparency, honesty, and respect. And I wasn't going to compromise again.